Okay, today I have a Delta Venetian faucet that is leaking here at the joint. Watched a couple of videos on YouTube, and there's somebody that a couple of videos that show the water faucet here being replaced with the innards of the seals and springs and the little ball doohickey, and on mine obviously you see it's leaking here at the back. So no videos at all on there, and there's been a lot of questions on the follow-up videos on what and how to get this apart. Alright, so I called Delta, and these have a lifetime warranty on the parts. So if you have a Delta faucet, chances are you will have a lifetime warranty on these faucets as well. So they send out the parts for free, which is real nice. I'm going to try to take apart, split this faucet, and this finial here is just a dummy. I mean, it actually unscrews, but it actually does nothing. When you look at this, you would think that that's the easiest way to pull this off, pull the fountain off the top and the spout off, and it comes apart and all your parts are in here. But the parts are in there, but this does nothing. This also unscrews and screws, but it does nothing. These are just both aesthetics. So the only other thing is there's this shank part here where your faucet rotates. There's the main body that bolts to the counter. Then there's this little, I would say probably a 1/2 inch piece. It's a little bump that sticks out here. I'm assuming that that unscrews somehow. So we're going to try and unscrew that and see what happens. First, we shut off the water, and I do have the water off here. Release the pressure, and I'm going to use a rag, a soft terry cloth rag, not to try and mar the fixture itself. Might be a little thick, and I'm going to use vice grips. The reason is to put just slightly a little bit of pressure on the ring itself to maybe break it loose if there's any corrosion in there, and just a slight bit of pressure sometimes helps in breaking it loose to get it to rotate. So get it on here. No. You definitely don't want to squeeze it too tight, because you squeeze it too tight, then it's out of round, and then you're screwed, because then it'll leak all the time. And I may have cracked that loose. No, sir. I just don't want to squeeze too hard. But it's probably corroded over the course of time. Here we go. Okay, there we are. I gotta be honest with you, I've taken this off and I was yanking on it like a wild man for about 10 minutes. And again, it was the obvious. They are. Simple. Simple. Okay. Put this here, let's see what's going on in here. Clear the water out. And all right. So now we've got our spout nice and clean here again. We've got all our new O-rings on. We will now put this unit, well, that's tight, back on over our O-rings, and then our little I believe it goes this way. Can't snap this on gun because that's no spare parts. So okay, here we go. That's back on there. So that's all nice and tight. Okay, we can just clean up the back here a little bit. What I'll do after is I'm just going to wrap a rag of vinegar, wet rag of vinegar around the collar. And I'll just wrap it, let it sit, let it soak for a couple of hours. That'll take this right off. There's nothing impeding here. Everything is clean. So, I guess with all the parts, put this back in. See if we get that. Just be aware that this gasket, there's a gasket which is common sense, but sometimes it may fall out and you may not notice it. So this gasket goes in, and the aerator will go in like so. And I will put it here, let's see. This way, and then this. So the mesh filter, the rubber gasket, that's in there nicely seated, and then it will screw everything back onto the spout itself. Okay, nice and hand tight. screwed down. Okay. I will try and just take it with a little bit of vice grip here. Just get a little bit of torque on it. Not too much. Yeah, that's really tight. Good. I can't move it. So, let's wipe everything down. All right, let's turn our water back on. Yay, contact. Well, so far so good. Open up our drain. Tight. Just changing the pressure between the spraying hose and the O-rings here, trying to give it a couple of chances for it to kind of have some jolting on it. And that's it. She's dry. And that's how you change the O-rings on a Delta faucet spout. I do believe the SKU number is discontinued, but the number of this unit is a number 155 OR or DR for the rub bronze unit. So it's 155 3-piece. And that's it. So, I guess in a nutshell, that's it. Everything's working good. Nothing's leaking. Our faucet repair is now complete. Nothing dripping. I will now find a little bit of white vinegar. I will soak the towel in white vinegar and water, wrap it around here. I'll give it a couple of hours and it should be good. It should come off. Alright, we got some distilled vinegar. and a little bit of water. We'll soak our rag. We need about a 50-50 mixture. So there's about 50 water. And about 50 vinegar. Alright. Get it to absorb in the rag. Get off any extra. Put the rag on the problem area. And we'll just leave it like that. And we'll see in a couple of hours what we're left with. Alright. It's been about 2 hours. And we're going to remove the towel here. And wow. Looks like everywhere that drip was, it got the brass right nice and shiny again where that drip was. So I'd imagine over time that oil rub bronze might get a little bit better of the oil rub finish back, but in the meantime at least the scale is gone and the patina is pretty much non-existent. So that's it. On to the next